This is the battle of the two heaviest hitting tablets on the market today in 2012, the new iPad 3 and the asus Transformer Prime. And the iPad is the boss of all iOS devices, and the Transformer Prime is the king of all Android tablets. And from a purely hardware perspective, they are pretty similar slabs of glass from the outside. Now, to be fair, just to get it out the way, the Transformer Prime is the thinner of the two tablets, and it is the lighter of the two by just a few ounces. Not a substantial difference, but now you know. And both have their own unique, very high quality metal backs. That's actually a trademark and probably why they are so expensive. And comparing button layouts, you'll see that the power button and volume rockers are in the same spot on both tablets, pretty much linked together. And on the front, the Transformer Prime is a 10.1-inch sheet of glass, while the iPad is a slightly smaller 9.7-inch sheet of glass and a home button. You also have cameras on the back of these bad boys, a 5-megapixel on the back of the iPad and an 8-megapixel camera on the back of the Transformer, but honestly, it's a tablet. I mean, they both take decent photos and they both take it at a decent speed. The interface is fine, but nothing to write home about. I mean, I'm sure we're all familiar with the fact that taking pictures on a tablet is forbidden among geeks. I mean, come on, you look ridiculous. I mean, you just might as well use your face. I mean, you'd look just as dumb. Like, really. But honestly, the front-facing cameras on these two devices are far more useful for stuff like Google Plus Hangouts and FaceTime calls. But as we all know, this isn't just the iPad 3 versus the Transformer Prime. This is also Apple's new dual-core A5X chip with quad-core graphics versus NVIDIA's quad-core Tegra 3 chip with tons of cores of graphics. So we know that we have some performance tests here. I started out with less intensive app equivalents on both devices and worked my way up in intensity, as you can see. But what I basically found was that in real-world use, these two perform very, very close to each other. Sometimes the iPad would pull ahead and, render a web page quicker, and maybe be a little bit more responsive on a website. And other times, the Transformer Prime would open a few apps faster and be just better in some other categories. But as you can see here, it was never like a substantial difference where I would just sit back and say, wow, this Tegra 3 just destroyed the iPad with quad core. Or I would never say, wow, this A5X just blows the Tegra 3 out of the water. I never, ever found myself saying that. Don't believe what you see in these silly cross-platform benchmarks. They're almost never completely accurate. So pay attention to what you see in real life. And both obviously offer a ton of top-of-the-line snappy performance, so it's all good. It's all good. These just work very, very well. You've probably already seen my Transformer Prime review where I was playing this game here. It's called Riptide GP, and this is a great way to show off the graphics on this 10.1 screen. 1280 by 800, lots of pixels, and it drives it very, very well. Good stuff, Tegra 3. The new iPad has a few internal upgrades to help it keep up with 4 times as many pixels at 2048 by 1536 display, so it gets a little bit warm, it has a larger battery, but overall graphics still look great. And the game I'm playing here on the iPad is called Real Racing 2 HD, and I gotta say, I am a boss at this game, even in the crappiest of cars, just saying. Oh yeah, look at that, just look at that, so aggressive. But none of this means anything if you can't connect to the internet. And both of these have had minor Wi-Fi issues. They both have a metal back, so that was kind of the deal when people were trying to figure out, hey, does this not have as good an internet connection? But overall, I got decent results, so it's nothing really to worry about on either of these tablets. Also, the battery life between these two tablets was about the same, easily 6 or 7 hours of regular use, though the iPad has a larger battery, which means it's going to take longer to charge it fully. That's just simple physics. So which one do you get? Well, I gotta say, it mostly depends on whether you like the dead easy simplicity of iOS 5.1 or the quirky but kind of fun and customizable sophistication of Android 4.0. There are a couple of reasons why I love Android so much. I use a lot of Google services like Google Talk, Google Voice, Google Calendar, and YouTube, so it helps that I have Android. But the funny thing is, widgets? Dude, you have no idea how awesome widgets on Android are until you don't have them anymore. I swear, widgets are very, very useful. Pretty underrated right now. But I gotta say, the most compelling reason to get the iPad 3 is easily the Retina display. I'd say it's even a reason to sell your iPad 1 or 2. Most of you don't know this. I had an iPad 2 for about 2 weeks a little while ago, just testing it out, but it didn't really impress me, and I returned it. but I would actually rather have an iPad 3 than an iPad 2, having used them both. With this new 2048 by 1536 display, I actually think that it is worth that upgrade. Now, keep in mind, the new Transformer Prime Infinity is going to be coming out hopefully in April, and is going to have a 1920 by 1200 HD display, which is also kick-ass, so stay tuned for my review of that tablet. But until then, this is absolutely the king of mobile displays, and thumbs up to Apple, just very well done on this IPS display. But in my opinion, you can't go wrong with either of these. They're the kings of their kingdoms, and they deserve their titles. So it's your cash, put your money where your heart is. So there you have it, guys. The choice is yours. iPad 3 or asus Transformer Prime. And hey, leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. The ratings really do help out a lot. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.